Today we're going to be taking a look at the Bulldog Winch water dispenser. This is going to have a 5-gallon capacity and the part number is BDW80055. Our water dispenser from Bulldog Winch is going to be a really handy thing to have whether we're at a campsite, tailgating, or at a construction site. Now the thing that's going to set this water dispenser apart from others that you typically see out there is going to be the extra thick walls and lid. And that's going to just keep our water cool inside our water dispenser. You can also use this as a small cooler if you'd like to as well. The walls and the lid of our water dispenser are going to have a polyurethane foam, so that's going to keep it really well insulated to keep our water and ice nice and cold even on hot days. And there's also a thick, durable gasket that goes all the way around the opening to keep out any hot air to keep everything nice and cool. A common problem with a lot of water dispensers is that getting that last bit of water out can be a little difficult. You have to tip it up to get the water to flow, but this has been designed so that spout hole is going to sit nice and low, so we shouldn't have that problem. Now that spout does look rather high on our water dispenser, but if you look underneath, you'll notice that it does have a recessed bottom, so that spout is actually going to be right at the bottom of where the water is going to sit. Another thing I like about the way this is designed is that since it sits at this point, we don't have to worry about it scraping against the ground, and it sits inside this little pocket, and that just makes it harder for that to get broken off as we're transporting it or putting it in and out of our truck. When it's time to keep it securely closed, we have these nice oversized latches that are going to hold really securely, but they also give you a couple different options on how to hold on to those. You can either kind of come over the top and flip it up from underneath, or use the little circle in there to pull it up like that. So it just gives you some different handholds to make that a little bit easier and more comfortable. The hinge has a steel rod running through it to add a little bit of extra stability and security. Now you'll notice that there's a red button up top. It's not a self-destruct button, but it does allow you to release the pressure on the inside. A lot of times whenever we have ice and stuff in here, the air will actually compress a little bit as it gets cold, and that'll make our lid harder to open since it creates a vacuum. By pressing the button, that's going to equalize that pressure and allow us to open the lid easily. On the side we'll have our nice strap handle with a rubber grip so we can transport that in and out of our truck. We also have a nice indention on the underside so you can grab it from there. There's going to be a little hole in that channel so you can get a bungee in place. You can either run that under and just twist it into position, or come over the top, whatever you need to get that secured down. This is also a good spot if you have straps, like a cam buckle strap like I have here. Just run that through, and then you can cinch it down to keep it secure. Both corners on the front of our water dispenser will have a little notch and a hole so we can actually lock that in place. Now a nice lock that you can pick up for that is the bolt lock. This is sold separately, but it can be key-to-like to your ignition key to make it a little easier to get in and out of there without having a bunch of extra keys. Another option for securing our water dispenser down is the bracket that's also offered from Bulldog Winch. It is sold separately, but this just offers a metal bracket that you can attach your water dispenser to. It comes with 2 cam buckle straps along with hardware to mount that up, and you can pretty much put this anywhere that has a flat surface, just as long as you have enough purchase to get that secured down. It also has a steel cable that you can run through the front there and then attach to the lock on the corner of your dispenser to keep everything nice and secure. We'll have several different mounting locations on that bracket so we can get that hardware in there, and you can attach this to a trailer, to the side rails on your truck, anywhere that this is going to sit nice and flat. And with that cable, you just run that through itself using the large hole in the front of that bracket. There is one on either side, so you can secure it with a lock to keep your water dispenser from disappearing on you. Keep in mind that the lock is not included with our bracket. Our bracket also comes with some little rubber grommets to protect our strap from getting frayed over time. On the front, we also have a steel rod running through both our latch straps to give it that extra stability and durability. They've also added a little bottle opener on the side of our water dispenser, so if you decide to use it as a cooler, that's an added bonus. Now let's talk about some numbers for your water dispenser. The exterior is going to measure 14 7/8 of an inch long by 13 1/8 inch wide by 17.5 inches tall. The interior dimensions are going to be 12 3/8 inches long by 8 7/8 inches wide and 12 1/8 inches tall. Keep in mind with this water dispenser, it is intended to be used with cold beverages, so you wouldn't want to put anything really piping hot in there as it might cause damage to your water dispenser. And that's going to do it for our look at the Bulldog Winch water dispenser with a 5-gallon capacity, part number BDW80055.